What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled What I Didn't Understand When I Was Younger. First and foremost, when I was younger, I didn't understand consequences, right? And what I mean by that is sometimes when you're young, you're operating off of feeling and emotion, and you don't think things through. So you're just doing something, but you don't realize how it affects other people and how other people might have to be, how you might put other people in a bad position because of your emotions and your reactions to certain situations. Over time, I remember I understood consequences well because I didn't need to get in trouble much to get it, right? So at a younger age, when I didn't understand consequences, I figured it out very fast and got my ass whipped very bad. But I understood quickly that if I do something, make sure I'm willing to take the consequences when I do it. But at first I didn't understand that. And to this day, sometimes I think about doing certain things that they're gonna that have steep penalties. But I know when I'm thinking about it, I'm comfortable with the fact that if I do it, I'm gonna just have to live with it. I might not like to live with it, but if I go there, it's built into the equation, right? Now, the other thing, one of the things I didn't understand when I was younger was reality. When I was younger, as a kid, you learn the fantasy of life. You learn, what's right and wrong and what's just and what's unjust. But you don't necessarily learn reality. You think everybody is good and everybody has good intentions, and that's not true. You don't learn the nuance of people. You don't learn some people are driven by their own selfishness or even their own vices, right? So I remember being younger and not really understanding that sometimes people just out to get what they feel is theirs at all costs, even if it's at your detriment, right? And they don't care if it's wrong. They don't care how it affects you. While you thinking, if good, you think that I thought that bad things didn't happen to good people, which was very much so naive, right? But you come to learn this. When I was younger, I learned that you might not want to burn bridges with people because you don't never necessarily know if you might have to come back that way. Not necessarily in the sense of you might burn a bridge with a person and you might have to see them again. That's part of it, but when I was younger, I didn't understand that sometimes you could burn a bridge that you're going to need to cross again someday. And it's going to be very difficult to cross because you burned the bridge. Sometimes you can't go back and fix a situation because you burnt the bridge. So part of what I learned there, what I didn't understand was there sometimes there are no do-overs. There are no oops, my bad, I'll fix it. Sometimes you can destroy something and that's it. One thing I didn't understand when I was younger was people have long memories. I'm close to 40, and to this day, people remember me for my temperament when I was younger. And the thing about it was, my temperament was explosive. If I could say that, I had a good handle on it because it could have been way worse. Because I've had way worse blow ups. But I've always been one of those people that felt, if I go off, is you got it coming. Because a lot of times I was one of those people. I didn't say much. I didn't bother people. I didn't get in people's way. I was very nice and kind and courteous to people, and people would take my kindness for weakness. And then there'll come one point where I tell them, you need to chill out. And then they'll be so accustomed to, I do what I want. And then right at that moment, I fuck them up horribly. And then people are like, that's too much. And I'm like, no, it's not. I bet you they'll never do that shit again, though. And I didn't realize, to this day, I feel like Deontay Wilder. To this day, people remember those type of events more than they did anything else. So if I get quiet around certain people, they're on edge. If I actually get a little bit loud, they're on edge, because I had those moments where if I get real quiet, it's about to be some action. I don't want to talk to you because I've talked to you before, so I'm getting quiet. It's going down. And I've had those things where I've spoken very aggressively, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna get you. Period. So it was one of those things, right? But sometimes I didn't understand when I was younger that people's memory of you can precede you to the point that as you get older, you're only going to be seen in that lens, right? So I can't have conversations with certain people because it's like, we ain't doing this, I don't remember you as this person. I remember you as this person. So I don't trust your growth, right? And you got to live with that. Sometimes I actually understand it. Like, you don't know me like that anymore. What you knew of me and what you know of me, or what I say I am today, those are two different things. And people, you got to understand that, your reputation of negative actions will follow you longer than your reputation of positive actions. And that's one thing I also learned. I didn't understand when I was younger, because with the good things you do, people forget. And unfortunately, that sucks, because people remember every bad thing you did, but they forget every good thing you did. That doesn't matter. And I learned that very early on. I could do 10, 15, 20, 50, 100 good things, but you're not going to remember that. You're going to remember that time when it went left, And, I didn't understand that. One thing I didn't understand when I was younger is the difference between working harder than people and working smarter than people. I thought they was the same thing. I thought if you outwork people, if you just outwork people, period, right, that was smarter. But I didn't realize, sometimes to be better than people, you have to work harder than people in a certain nuance that is tailored to whatever skill set you're trying to hone and master. I didn't get that. And sometimes people think, and same thing when people say you working smarter. Some people feel like working smarter is cutting corners. And that's one thing I did know. Working smarter can't be cutting corners, because you're going to need those hard lessons and to be able to go through those hard things to make sure, a task is done, right? So, these were things that I didn't understand. Some of these things were things I didn't understand. And sometimes you would see people making great strides. It's because they understood that more than I did. One of the things I didn't understand when I was younger was the importance of networking. I always thought, if I outwork you and I outperform you and I outproduce you, it's nothing to talk about. Because I had a family of very intelligent people and very competitive people and athletic people. So if I beat you, I beat you. I don't, A is a A is a A. Number one is number one is number one. That's all that counts. But I didn't understand that people can network themselves into a better position if they can't actually outperform somebody, right? I didn't get that. So I didn't focus on networking like that. I was like, I didn't get it. But as I got older, I kind of see the difference because, you know, I had to come to a realization that everybody can't outwork everybody. Everybody isn't as talented as everybody. People, you know, navigate life a little differently with the gifts that they have, and sometimes networking is a gift that they have that you don't. So enough said. Catch y'all later. Like, share, subscribe. Take care. Peace.